Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, spring training action from the Cactus League between the Mets and the Texas Rangers. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
This is a lineup that features so many young kids on this team, and generally you know you're going to have to live with their mistakes, but what you do is you ride that youth and enthusiasm to each victory.
Derek Holland, an Ohio-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, guys, in his last start, he gave us the 5 and dive. Didn't get a decision. He'll be looking to go a little deeper in this one and hopefully end up with a win.
And with that, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, you know, guys, Shin-Soo Choo is really just an average corner outfielder. And at the major league level, that means he's pretty darn good. His offense simply overshadows his defense. That being said, he has the ability to make some jaw-dropping plays, which he's proven to do in the past.
Juan Lagares.
Juan Lagares is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning, 1-0.
First pitch, 105.
Holland has his sign, 1-0 on its way. Liner toward right center. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Well, a line shot into right to start things out. Now you have to worry about whether he'll be on the move or not.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and he's back standing. Stepping in now, DJ Herrera, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, we might see a couple of double takes from hitters on pitches down at the knees, maybe even below the zone. Sometimes he tends to reward guys that work down.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Nobody out, runner on first. High in the air into shallow left center. Bourne on the run. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
And this is all about taking charge out there. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get there. So he calls everybody off, and he makes the play easily.
Michael Conforti gets his first opportunity now. Runner at first with 1 gone.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that the number 2 guy couldn't at least move that leadoff man into scoring position. And that makes it a little tougher on the middle of the order to drive in that early run.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on.
1 ball, no strike.
Runner at first here, one man out. Hit in the air out to center field. Bourne will put this one away, and that's out number 2.
Batting fourth, third baseman number 4, Wilmer Flores.
Wilmer Flores set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Takes this the other way to right, and that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Oh, and it makes such a difference when that pitch is up a little bit. It's not a bad pitch, really. It's on the outside corner, but that slider so much easier to handle when it's belt high or higher, and he's able to just hit it hard the other way.
Into the box, Rob Anderson, and this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And you know what? He's starting to look a little bit frustrated out there on the mound. That's 2 hits and now a hit by pitch here in the inning. It's maybe not a bad time to go out there and try to calm him down just a little bit because he's looking a little hot out there.
Coming to the plate now, Caden Brown, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
First delivery to him on the way, and he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1.
Yeah, definitely taken all the way. Not a bad idea with the bases loaded.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And, oh, look out, as that pitch ran in and got him. And that's going to force in a run. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
And for whatever reason, the ball is just not going where he wants it to right now. I mean, he's been all over the map this inning. Now he hits another guy here. This is going to force home a run.
Into the box now, number 26, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Now, this first inning's been a rough one already. He needs an out here in the worst way.
Yeah, and you don't want to get caught having to play catch-up this early in the ball game. So you're right. He's got to work his way out of this jam right now.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Right side. Throw to fielder at first will take care of him, and that'll be that. Mets played a run on a couple of hits. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. Mets out in front, 1-0. Now time now to look at Jeff Bannister's Rangers lineup card in this one. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, I think every pitcher is aware of the danger when Prince Fielder is at the plate. He's one of the best all-around players in the majors. He's got the power to go deep, the speed to wreak havoc on the base paths, the patience to put together a good at-bat, and the ice-cold veins that allow him to thrive in clutch situations.
Number 47 gets the starting nod for the Mets. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, remember, this starting pitcher, he's a rookie, so we'll see how he handles his nerves in this one.
Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Standing in as the leadoff man, Michael Bourne, as he'll get things started in the home half of the first.
Michael Bourne.
And a ball, 1-0. And Bourne will take it again, and it's 2-0 now. Now the pitch. Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Grounded to short. Cabrera's there. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And if this is almost any other guy in baseball, he's going to be out. But he just gets down that line so fast, and he winds up beating this one out.
Striding into the box, Elvis Andrus, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here comes the first pitch. In there, no balls and a strike.
And here, you've got good speed on base and at the plate. So, on a ground ball, it's not a foregone conclusion you're going to get an out anywhere.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Conforti will get there as he makes the catch in foul territory for the first out.
Batting third, first baseman, Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder is in to take his first swings here with the runner still at first and one away.
Well, too bad that last guy couldn't advance the man into scoring position, so now it's probably going to take a gapper to get him home.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Here it comes, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Might want to stay away from that pitch in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, well, whatever that was, he's lucky to get another chance.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Yeah, an interesting setup now on 2-2. Here's where you really need to pay attention to that guy at first.
Runners on first with one down. Swing and a hard hit ball down the line in right. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. In to score is the runner from first. It's 1-1. So a run batted in there on the double as they've come back to tie the game at 1 in the opening frame. In now, Mitch Moreland. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And that's in there for strike one. One out and a runner on second base. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I think they'd stay out there again, maybe for the rest of the at-bat.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. One and two, here it comes. Another one sent foul. Tapper right back to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Yeah, and that's not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball. But luckily, he's got plenty of time out there, so he's able to set himself and then make a good, strong throw.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. Has to swing and lift a foul ball off to the left and out of play. A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Yeah, it's so hard to stay back against a guy like this. Unless you guess right, that thing's just so slow that it's almost impossible.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 in the inning for the Rangers on the fielder double. Second inning coming up, all even at 1 apiece. As Drupal Cabrera will dig in now, the winner of the American League's Silver Slugger Award for shortstop a season ago. Holland sets his sights. Here comes the first pitch. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. To third. Fahey scoops it up. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Robbie Dalton.
Robbie Dalton stands in for the first time. Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider tails outside for ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone and is probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
When you start that pitch off the edge, most guys know well enough to lay off. You've got to start it on the edge if you want him to chase.
3-1.
You're really wasting a lot of bullets on a guy that you should get out fairly quickly. You got to go right after him. Get him out of here.
1 out, nobody on. Swing, strike 2. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
And this is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Here's Juan Lagares, as he'll go after the first pitch and send a ground ball down to third. Throw on to fielders in time, and with that, the side is retired. Mets go down 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied 1 apiece. Alex Rios strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Right fielder, Alex Rios.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Grounded to third. Taken in by Flores. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Batting 7th, third baseman, Mariano Fahey.
Mariano Fahey steps in. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that misses for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. All even now, 2-2. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Boy, and just a great call that time to turn to the changeup. That's one of those at the plate where you don't even wait for the umpire to make the call. You know you're a goner.
Alexi Ramirez gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers. Through 2, we're tied 1 apiece. DJ Herrera is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
DJ Herrera.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0. Holland into his motion. Here's the 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
That probably should have been a strike, but 3-0, sometimes you don't get that call. He puts a man on here on the 4-pitch walk.
Michael Conforti is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And he'll snap one over to first. And the runner will get back standing.
Keeping him close.
Hey now.
Boy, a walk and then nearly a hit by pitch there. He's having himself a few problems out there.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Line towards center field. In there, a base hit.
Yeah, they tried to go inside again. I like the call, but this time he was ready for it. He drives this one for a solid base hit.
In now, Wilmer Flores. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. First and second here with nobody out. Bounce to first. Andrus on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Yeah, that's good hustle getting down the line. A double play could have really put the brakes on this rally, but he's able to beat it out on the back end just to keep things going here.
Rob Anderson walks into the box after being hit by a pitch in his first appearance, and that has to be a little motivation to do something big right here.
Yeah, I wonder if he rubbed it.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Fahey is over, and he tucks it away for the second out.
Well, normally you prefer your hitters to be aggressive, but this was a situation where it really cost him. He's got two men on base, but he winds up chasing the first pitch out of the zone, pops it straight up.
Caden Brown stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
He's set. Here it comes. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count, especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
Hitter's count now. Here's the 2-1. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Ready to deliver the full count pitch. To short. Andrus fields it cleanly. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. After 2.5, it remains a 1-1 ball game. J.P. Arancibia digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Catcher, J.P. Arancibia.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First pitch misses here to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 9 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1. One and one. One pitch and a nice call for the change. It's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, it took him a few batters to get it going in the first, but after that first inning run, he's come back to retire the next 6 in a row.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone, and that'll bring in the speedy center fielder Michael Bourne. Shot toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Things are starting to click for him now. 2 for 2 in the ball game. Regular season, here I come.
Elvis Andrus is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. Runner on first here with 1 gone and a 1-1 tie. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
94 on the outer edge. You can't help but take that.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. He's set. Here's the 2-2. A shot down the first baseline. A step on the bag for 1.
Well, I think he got away with one right there. I mean, this is a fastball right down the middle. And he just smokes this ball, too. But unfortunately, he hits it right at someone. So it becomes a fairly easy out.
So 2 are gone here in the Rangers' third, and that'll bring in the slugging first baseman, Prince Fielder. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1. Tap foul at home plate. A pause and the 0-2. Trying to tempt Fielder there, but he lays off. 1-2 to him now.
Well, that's a good take there with 2 strikes. That wasn't an easy one to lay off of.
In tight with the slider. 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 left for Texas. We played 3 full. We're tied at 1. Number 26 will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one.
Catcher, number 26.
Holland's ready. First pitch on the way. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0 now.
I don't like the way they're working here. They're giving him way too much credit.
Yeah, if it's an inch or 2 outside, I think he'll chase it. But not when it's way off the plate.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
Boy, and he's not too thrilled with that call out there on the mound. And you know what? I don't blame him. I mean, have a look where this pitch is. That catches an awful lot of the plate, and I think I'd be mad if I were him.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. Chopped in front of home plate. And on one pitch, he's retired.
Well, it probably wasn't the way he wanted to move the guy into scoring position, but it's going to have to do, and he's going to get that man up to second base now with 1 away.
Robbie Dalton is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
First offering on its way to first. Fielder has it, and he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base, but with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
Juan Lagares will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. Out in front of it, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Outside, 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Heading out towards shallow right. Rios giving chase. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Mets strand 1. On to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Mitch Moreland is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Designated hitter, number 18.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Slider. Good 2-strike pitch, but it misses. 1-2. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Still 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Now here's the ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. Mitch Moreland with a solo home run. And the Rangers move ahead. It's now 2-1.
About the only silver lining to this one from a defensive point of view is it came with the bases empty leading off an inning. You can survive it when this guy's hitting solo shots, but if he's doing this with 2 or 3 men on base, well, then things can really get out of hand in a hurry.
Now batting.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. At last home run, a long one, 423 feet, the estimated distance. That's wide, 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. In there, 2-1.
Boy, and this is why you're trying to get yourself into good hitters counts. This is just right down the middle on 2-0, and swinging at this should be your reward, but he decides to let it go.
To 2-2 now.
Just overmatched him there.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His second strikeout of the ball game. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
At the plate, Alex Rios. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
He's just working east and west here. He'll be fine if he just stays out of the middle.
This one's skied out toward right. Dalton is in pursuit, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
And right here, you've got the right fielder shading just a bit towards the alley. And I thought he'd have too far to go to get this ball, but he does close quickly out there, and he makes the play near the line.
Standing in now, Mariano Fahey. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Calling for it, Lagares. And that retires the side. 1 in the inning for the Rangers on the Mitch Moreland home run. We played 4. It's now 2-1 Texas. Leading off the inning, DJ Herrera, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Hit hard down the line. Oh, what a dive. He's up with it. The throw. Just late. He's safe.
Oh, love the effort, though.
Exceptional effort out there, but that base hit puts the potential tying run at first.
You wonder if this is a ball that he probably should have just held on to. Instead, he tries to force it to first, and I think they're going to score this as a single and an error.
So stepping in, number 30, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Two good pitches so far, both of them right at the knees. And you got to start thinking center of the diamond here. Shorten up a little bit. You've got to put something in play.
Trying to hold the lead. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
1 run, 4 hits. And no errors on the Mets line score so far. Oh, don't know how you lay off that one, but he did, and it's 2-2.
And again, they try to take him down in the strike zone just to see if he'll go after that pitch below the knees. But with 2 strikes, he's been able to lay off that thing now twice in a row.
This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
You can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
Hit to third. Fahey gloves it, and a good throw gets him 1 gone.
You know, usually I'm going to jump on the hitters when they fail to move runners over, but hey, look, that pitcher, he did a good job. I mean, he knows what they're trying to do, so he makes it as tough as possible to hit the ball to the right side. That's using your head out there.
Wilmer Flores steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Holland pauses. Here's the first pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Two strike deliveries in the dirt. 1-2 now. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You can see where they want to go to try and get him out. A lot of pitches in on the hands in this sequence. They don't want him to be able to extend.
And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Flores is retired, 2 down now.
Yeah, and that turns out to be a nice little play there behind the plate. They get the swing through for strike 3, but then he's got to get the out over there at first base and make sure that nobody else advances. And he's able to accomplish both of those tasks.
Into the box, Rob Anderson, as he overcommits here to a slider out of the zone. 1 strike to count.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
5th inning, 2-1 our score. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Chu is under it. And that ends the inning. Mets leave 1. They still trail it here 2-1. Alexi Ramirez comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Second baseman, Alexi Ramirez.
First pitch on its way. And that's on the outside corner for a strike.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Hit the other way out toward right field. And that'll get down out there near the wall.
Yeah, real good extension on the swing that time as he goes out and gets that ball. You'll see the right fielder's got no shot at this one as it's over his head and one hops the wall out there. That's going to allow him to coast into second with an easy double.
At the plate, J.P. Arancibia. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And they'll get it in quickly. It's first and third now with nobody out.
And in a tight ball game, you can bet they'd love to get a little breathing room here. They've got a chance to get some now as they get a double and a single here to start the inning.
Michael Bourne at the plate now. As he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner, it's 0-1.
And with his speed, contact probably means a run right here. So that's got to be his only thought process at the plate.
Hit hard up the middle. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's now 3-1.
And here's a situation where he's probably keeping at least one eye on that runner at third base to see if he's breaking or not. But once he bobbles this thing, it's all academic from there.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Here's Elvis Andrus now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. None out. Runners at first and second. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
And I think that's been a big part of the problem so far. He just can't locate his fastball, especially in situations where he has to.
Now the double steal is on here. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. First and second here with nobody out. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Moving under it, Conforti. He's got it one away. So with a couple of men on and one out in the inning now, let's turn to our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. Both guys pretty close. Top speeds of 95 and 94. Prince Fielder will dig in. He had an RBI double back in the first inning of this one. And he lays off there 1-0.
And you can bet they'll pitch him carefully with a couple guys on base.
A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
He's in a situation now where he does not want this game to get away from him. 2 guys on already. Now he's not in the strike zone to this hitter. He's got to reel it back in because you're flirting with a little bit of danger now with another ball.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Oh, tough pitch. Things just not going his way on the mound right now. 3-1. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
Swing and a miss, and the count goes full 3-2.
That's exactly what you got to do against a good fastball hitter. Keep him guessing and don't let him sit on the hard stuff, even in a fastball count.
Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. Now a chopper to first, might only get 1. To Cabrera for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first.
Boy, and this would have been a really costly double play, but fortunately he's hustling all the way down the line, and he's able to beat that throw on the back end.
Mitch Moreland digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Driven to right field and deep. Dalton ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And the run is in to score from third. And not in time as the second run scores.
Yeah, he squared that one up pretty good. No chance to run this one down as you see it one hop the wall out there, and he'll ease his way into second with a 2-run double.
Shin-Soo Choo will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
Number 36 is on, and he'll take over on the mound.
Number 36.
Shin-Soo Choo will be his first assignment upon entering, as he'll bat with the runner in scoring position here and 2 away.
Well, he hasn't swung the bat all that well against the other guy, so hopefully this new pitcher will give him a chance to swing it a little better. 2 strikeouts already.
1 strike.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Starting to look like not only are they not going to walk him, but they're indeed going to challenge him.
And we've seen that mentality backfire many a time before. But you got to give him a little bit of credit on the mound. He's not backing down one bit.
Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. High in the air out to center field. Lagares has it in his tracks, and that's the 3rd out. So 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error in the inning, and a runner left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Rangers 5 and the Mets 1. Yu Darvish will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 11, Yu Darvish.
Caden Brown will dig in now as he'll lead things off for the Mets in their half of the 6th.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. Darvish pauses. Here it comes on 1-0.
2-0.
Not close. It's 2-0.
2 tough sliders there back to back, and he couldn't get him to bite on either. Now he might have to change tack here, down 2-0.
Two and 1 after the foul ball there. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Here's a swing, and oh man, way out of here. A solo shot here to left, and it's now a 5-2 game.
This is the same guy that drove in their only run earlier in the game, so he's had a pretty good afternoon at the plate. Here he gets a pitch that's right in his wheelhouse, and he knows what to do with it when you leave a pitch there.
Now batting, number 26.
Stepping in now, number 26, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. That home run being called a 426-foot shot. And now the Ranger bullpen swings into action. A lefty and a right-hander are throwing down there. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. In there at the letters, 1-2 now. Bases are empty here, nobody out. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
That's a pitch that you got to stay on top of, or else it'll take off on you just like that one did.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
And he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
The 0-1. And now a swing and a miss by Cabrera as he falls behind no balls and 2 strikes.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field, and it's a 5-3 game now.
When you have a hitter down in the count like that, you got to bury him or at least get him to chase something out of the zone. That pitch is way too hittable, and he pays for it. Just an enormous mistake, and now he's so upset with himself.
Liam Hendricks will come in and pitch now.
For the Rangers, number 36, Liam Hendricks.
In now, Robbie Dalton.
Robbie
As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Throw on to fielder for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 12, Juan Lagares.
Juan Lagares will stand in. He flew out his last time up. I had him lunging at that one out of the zone, and that's strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit hard on the ground to second. Ramirez is there. Throw to fielder at first will take care of him, and that'll be that. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters due up in the bottom of inning number 6. It's the Rangers 5 and the Mets 3. Keith Holder will come on and pitch for the 7th time here this spring.
Number 66, Pete Holder.
Alex Rios will start things out for the Rangers in their half of the 6th.
Right fielder, Alex Rios.
And he takes ball 1. Looks like a left-hander has begun to get loose out in that Mets bullpen. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Here's the 2-0. And a swing as the bat goes flying toward the third base dugout, but it looks like everybody was able to duck for cover. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even 2-2. Down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in is Lagares. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Mariano Fahey.
Mariano Fahey will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. I tried to hold back on that pitch outside, but went around for strike one. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
One out, nobody on. And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind in a count like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And another foul ball. The 1-2 pitch. And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone.
Good start to the inning here out of the bullpen. After 3 runs came in to score last inning, they needed someone to come in here and slow that offense down a bit.
Digging in to try it again, Alexi Ramirez. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fly ball out toward left center field. Lagares on the run. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Rangers set down in order as they hang on to their 5-3 lead. Back here on the show, the Rangers on top in this one as we get a look at our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. DJ Herrera is set to get us started for the late innings of this one. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. The pitch. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike one. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
Boy, that's just pretty standard operating procedure right here. You get him leaning out over the plate on that slider running away, and then you bust him inside hard on that fastball on the inside corner.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
Hit high in the air down the right field line. On the move is Rios. Makes the play, 1 away.
Yeah, that's just a good pitch right there. That's a two-seam fastball working its way back inside, and he's probably fortunate he didn't break his bat. He winds up getting this one right down there on the label, and he's retired.
Standing in now, Michael Conforti, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Bases are empty, one man out. Hard hit ball to second, fielded by Ramirez. Throw on to first, two gone.
Up next for the Mets, third baseman, Wilmer Flores.
Wilmer Flores, ready to take another shot, went down on strikes his last time up.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
On the ground to the left side. And that's in for a base hit. He's 2 for 4 now.
And the funny thing about this at-bat, he does everything wrong on this swing. I mean, first off, this pitch is out of the strike zone, and secondly, he tries to pull it instead of taking it the other way. Anyhow, pays off for him.
Rob Anderson will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. 2 out with the man at first. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in two that time.
That ball was so deep in his kitchen, that was the only thing he could do was foul it off, break his bat, and hope to get a better pitch on the next one.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Mets strand one. Still a 2-run deficit. It's 5-3. J.P. Arancibia will stand in. Strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begins throwing. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Believe me, it's way too soon to start worrying about how a guy's hitting. Even though this is 2 strikeouts for him now, spring training is mostly about just getting your body ready for the season, getting used to being in there day after day. I don't think he'll be too worried about his stats. At least he shouldn't be.
Delman Young will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And it's quickly 0-2. 1 out, nobody on. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. And that's swung on and missed as Young punches out, and that's out number 2.
Since coming in the 6th, he's knocked down 5 in a row, giving him a real lift out there.
Martin Ramirez will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Ramirez.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes.
2 quick outs in the inning. This hitter's job is to work the count, get on base, and give his middle-of-the-order hitters a chance in this inning.
Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-2.
This fastball is looking pretty lively right now.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More Cactus League action coming your way after this. Delman Young will stay in the ballgame as he takes over in center.
For the Rangers. Now playing center field, number 28.
Martin Ramirez will stay in the ballgame as a new shortstop.
Number 29, Martin Ramirez. Now pitching for the Rangers.
New pitcher coming on now, and it's the 6'4" right-hander out of UCLA, Casey Jansen. Caden Brown will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here, a solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ballgame to this point. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Two and 0 now.
You got to think one thing here. Get on base. A walk will do the trick.
And a good comeback fastball there. It's 2 balls and a strike. And a big swing and a miss here. 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's still a little late with that swing. He's got to get going a little sooner.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Fly ball to straightaway left. Chu on the run. 1 away.
Now batting.
Time to give you a look now at the numbers for our 2 starting pitchers, and really nothing to write home about on either line, as neither guy was able to last even 6 innings. Number 26 will be the batter. 0 for 2 with a walk thus far. very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. Here's the 0-1. And he lays off for ball one. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Ready on 1 and 2. Again, he sends it out of play. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1 and 2. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
And this is swung on and missed. Two are quickly retired to start inning number 8. A good afternoon of spring training baseball thus far as you get a look there at our line score through the first 7. As Drupal Cabrera will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight.
And Matt, they'd like nothing more than to ignite a 2-out rally right here. Maybe scratch at least 1 across before the 9th.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Cut fastball, and he's got to lean out of the way of that one.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Young on the run. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Mets. They're still down 5-3. Josh Harrison is going to grab a bat here as he looks to try to set the table in the bottom of the 8th as they look for some insurance. Richard Latham is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Latham. Leading out for the Rangers, first baseman, Josh.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. Hit down the third base line, but this will get foul for strike 2. Here's a fly ball now lifted in the air out to right. And the move to the pinch hitter will not pan out as that's taken in for the first out.
The designated hitter,
Pedro Alvarado will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Alvarado.
And he'll just watch this thing to try and get an idea. It's 0-1. Grounded to first. Anderson over to his left, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Rangers, left fielder, Shin-Soo Choo.
Stepping in, Shin-Soo Choo. He flew out in his last at-bat. Now here's the pitch. And he looks at the screwball that's over for strike one. Hits are even at 7 apiece. I think I'd take that one too. It's 0-2 now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Dalton ranging back. A leap at the wall, but he can't bring this one back. It's a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And it's now 6-3.
Oh, and this home crowd is digging this. That's going to push the lead up to 3 now here in the bottom of the 8th. And with each extra run that scores, it just makes it more and more improbable that they'll have a chance to blow this thing in the 9th.
Now batting.
Here's Alex Rios now.
Fielder, Alex Rios.
Sees first pitch swinging here, and this is on the ground toward the hole. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
And when you face a knuckleballer, there's this little voice in the back of your head that says, wait, wait, wait. Apparently, he listened to that voice there. That's well done.
Mariano Fahey stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. From the stretch. Ball 1.
There haven't been too many times where we've questioned his strike zone here today, but I've got to be honest with you. I think he completely missed that one.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. First curveball of the day for him, and likely not the last.
No, he's got a good one. There's no doubt about that. He'll start it on the hip versus righties, and he'll backdoor it to lefties. 2 different locations, but equally effective.
And he takes a called strike 2.
Man, I don't know what he's waiting for. That one was even more down the middle than the last one was.
Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1 and 2. A runner on first with 2 away. Line drive to left. Conforti is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Well, the Rangers add on thanks to this solo home run. Last chance coming up here for the Metropolitans. It's the Rangers 6 and the Mets 3. Josh Harrison will stay in the ball game as he'll take over at first base.
Number 5, Josh Harrison.
Marcus Clemente will come on now, hoping to wrap this one up here in the top of the 9th.
Clemente.
Striding in to start the 9th, Robbie Dalton, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Into the seats, 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Cutter low, 1-1. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. Swinging a hard liner to short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
And that ball is rifled at him that time, and it just about took him into left field. And somehow he gets his glove down there and makes a nice play.
Here's Juan Lagares. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. Bases are empty, one man out. Down the line, but this is a foul ball. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
He's going to need to crank that swing up another notch if he's going to catch up to those.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. And that misses 2-2. One out, nobody on. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
This is nothing more than a great pitch here on 2-2. Just a changeup that totally bottoms out right there. Very tough to do anything with that.
Into the box now, DJ Herrera. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Your winner in this one would be Derek Holland if the current result holds true. 2 out, nobody on. And here's a ball hit in the air. Harrison in foul ground makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
And guys, the Rangers were led this afternoon by the exploits of this man, Mitch Moreland. Don't put that card in your bicycles, folks. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Rangers come out on top 6-3. So long, everybody.